Okay guys, can I ask you to introduce yourselves?
Oh yeah, so my name's Stefan Cooke and this is my partner Jake Burt.
Hey! Very nice to meet you. So tell me about this collection. So it's the first time you show at London Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Was it within Man?
Yeah, so it was with the Man Show, showing alongside Dean Bazaar and Art School. And basically it's our first season after leaving education. We just both graduated from the MA at St Martin's in February. So yeah, it's our first season and we were pretty scared, but felt pretty good about it. It's been a really good reception for everything. But yeah, maybe we should talk you through a bit about the collection.
Definitely.
Cool. Well, maybe something we should say as well is that we only had 5 weeks to do the collection, which was actually a really good thing at the end because a lot of our friends came and helped, and our studio was just this crazy buzz of activity. And it also, with the H&M money that Stefan won for winning the H&M award, we could employ some really great people. So we employed an amazing knitwear designer called Kate Britton, and that was one of the first things we decided about the collection, was we wanted to do these super realistic pieces. It kind of came from the MA where we had these perspex tops that had knit printed on them, but they turned out slightly unwearable, and we just were really interested in bringing that more to a realistic world.
Yeah.
But still with this kind of idea of a kind of copycat, like a slightly wrong rendering of a real piece. That's how we came up with the knits first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because,
go on.
oh yeah, like all the pieces in the collection, they're basically kind of rip-offs of everything in a way. Because you're getting this idea of like this is a knit that we bought and then scanned in, manipulated, and then printed onto these elastic trousers and things like that. So it's definitely derived from the MA, but kind of hopefully a bit more sophisticated because of the other ideas that we've introduced to it. So like Jake was doing the pattern cutting, so we did a lot of coats that were diamond cut. So each panel piece is a separate panel piece that's then sewn together and hand stitched. And then and that was kind of the similar vibe that was with the knitwear, and then with the trousers as well. And there are pieces that, so it's all kind of this idea of it kind of falling apart a little bit, but it's still being held together. And yeah, definitely I feel like it's a lot more sophisticated from what it was because of these other people being introduced. And also the community that's been around it has already been so good in the fact that it was such a quick show and everything has happened so quickly, but the team that we've amassed has been, really amazing. They've been really good people, so it's been,
And we worked with a stylist, Gary David Moore, who had done some photo shoots with Stefan's MA collection, and he just got it. He just knew. So we would have meetings with him where he'd just come to the studio really casually, and it would just give us so much confidence to talk to him, because he would just be like, I get the context. And he was kind of like, apart from ourselves, we bounce ideas off each other, but we're also very much in a world that we own, whereas he came in and was this kind of person to give us real opinions about it. Yeah. And he just loved everything, which was good.
Yeah.
So one of the running themes of the collection was like the ease that technology allows when you're designing, and kind of appreciating that. But we did it in both ways, where on the one hand we had pieces that kind of took hours and hours of us sitting in the studio with people who would hand stitch, and it was really loving and kind of like attention to detail. And the pattern cutting alone for this piece and the coat took the best part of 2 weeks because each panel is different. There's pockets hidden in with no kind of exterior mention of that happening, and then we had to refer to a tailor to get the waistband done and the crotch fitted properly, and then alternatively we have something like this.
So it's like pieces that, because it's sublimation print, it takes 60 seconds to pretty much put together, but at the same time there's also this idea of there's love and care in it because it's polyester that's had the threads taken out. So it starts off like this, as solid, and then you hand take out the threads. So it's got this idea of labour and time, but also the kind of instantaneous sense of it being, printed just so quickly. So it's this idea of all of the strips have been put together and have taken time, but then in actual fact it takes 60 seconds to print. So it's, technology, definitely the ease of technology and everything.
And on the one hand we have pattern cutting that takes days, but then also we have prints that take 5 minutes to do on Photoshop. But some of them take a really long time, but some of them literally this one, editing it so it's dragged, is just one motion on Photoshop.
Yeah.
We love things that just kind of parody like taking ages.
Yeah. Like
quicken
it shouldn't. We always feel like it should be a real honest process in terms of it not being. If it's not working, then obviously it's kind of not right. So we feel like it should definitely be. Yeah, we want to really enjoy what we're doing, and I think we've definitely done that with this collection. So hopefully we can continue enjoying it.
We just left like a very there's like a very open door now for next season. Like we've got what feels like 6 months, although with production for this season maybe it'll be less, but it'll certainly be longer than 5 weeks, which means that we have time to assess this collection.
Exactly, see how it goes with the buyers and everything, see what
exactly.
is successful. And
I mean, and it's been really fantastic.
Yeah,
with the
so
buyers.
far it's been
We were
incredible.
like shocked because we're brand new, but like people came into the showroom, know exactly who we are, look at the collection. They love trying it on, and I love seeing people try it on. Like,
what are the most successful pieces so far?
these ones,
Yeah.
which are also the most expensive. I mean, these are kind of the most expensive, and then this is like obscenely expensive, but every single person has wanted it, which I love.
But it's amazing to see people responding to something like so well, and just being like, these are the pieces that are really loved and cared for, and like pieces like, of course, because it's autumn winter, coats and things are going really, really well.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see people really buying into kind of what we thought in a way that they would go for. So it's
Something
good.
else that's really cool is like, so this technique basically, it's a bit like a Seditiones t-shirt where it really deteriorates over time, and it can deteriorate really quickly. You know, you get holes in it. I think in like 5 years, this is going to be like a seam and a piece of fabric, and someone's still going to be wearing it. But we also spent time turning this into a really like a jersey piece that's washable. It's basically the same pattern shape, but it's rendered in a jersey instead. No one wants that. They all
Everyone
want
wants-
the one that falls apart, which I love because it shows like just a real appreciation for our concept and for our energy from the buyers, and obviously through them, their customers, which just fills me with confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes me feel like next season we can do something even more like spirited, even more like heavy.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Great. Well then, thank you so much, guys.
No worries, our
Thank you.
pleasure.